The film begins with Ditto and Ayu, who have been best friends for 12 years. At that time, they went through a lot together, from middle school to college, including different boyfriends and long-distance challenges. Despite never dating, they decided to get married. On their first night as a married couple, they felt it was awkward and not romantic like they hoped. Ayu still saw Ditto as just a friend, even though he was now her husband. She treated him the same way she did before, not giving him any special treatment. There, Ditto tried to show his love, but Ayu wasn't ready to accept it. Eventually, he got tired and fell asleep. The next morning, Ayu saw a note in Ditto's hand that said he loved her. When Ditto woke up, he saw Ayu had read the note. Even though their first night didn't go well, he asked her to spend the morning together, and Ayu, seeing how sincere Ditto was, couldn't say no. They both smiled, happy to start their new life together. Since then, Ayu and Ditto felt like the luckiest and happiest people ever. They decided to enjoy every day like they were dating. They showed their love everywhere, not just at home but also in public. They weren't shy and showed their feelings openly. They saw their relationship as a special friendship based on deep love and understanding. Ayu and Ditto also agreed not to have kids right away. They wanted to have fun together first before thinking about being parents. This choice helped them focus on their love and enjoy every moment together. Their friends were even jealous of their romance. One morning, Ayu found out something about Ditto. She realized that he was very hard to wake up. She tried everything, even turning on a loud vacuum cleaner, but Ditto still didn't get out of bed. He didn't like being woken up in such a noisy way. The next morning, they went to an event at Ditto's mom's house. Ayu was still annoyed with Ditto, and he teased her to scare her. He joked that her mood meant she was pregnant. Ayu got even more worried because they had agreed not to have kids right away. They wanted to enjoy their time together as a married couple first. When Ayu spent a long time in the bathroom feeling sick and throwing up, she thought she might be pregnant. She bought a pregnancy test, and it showed 2 blue lines, meaning she was definitely pregnant. At that time, Ditto and Ayu had mixed feelings because they were not ready for this news. Unlike most new parents who are excited, they were scared. Having a baby means big changes, and Ditto and Ayu were worried about handling these changes. They didn't feel ready emotionally, financially, or physically to be parents. This made them anxious and confused about their future. The next day, Ayu's sickness showed that her body was starting to adjust to being pregnant. Even though this news was unexpected, Ayu and Ditto needed time to adapt and figure out how to deal with it together. One night, Ayu had a dream that she was pregnant and giving birth, which was very painful. In her dream, Ditto left her because her body changed after giving birth. When Ayu woke up and told him about her dream, he surprised her by saying he would always love her, no matter how her body changed, whether before pregnancy, during pregnancy, or even when she gets old. Finally, they accepted the situation. Soon after, Ayu went to a doctor who told them that she was already 8 weeks pregnant. However, the joy Ayu and Ditto felt turned into fear as the baby's due date got closer. The doctor explained that giving birth would be very painful, with strong contractions, a risk of bleeding, or even the possibility of needing a C-section that might not go well. When they got home, Ayu's fear grew even more after her mom and mother-in-law said the same scary things the doctor did. Ayu felt even more unsure and scared. So, she decided to read more supportive books about pregnancy, without the scary stories, to help her feel calmer about giving birth. Because Ayu was so scared, she started reading a lot about pregnancy. She got very busy with her own world and forgot about Ditto, who was right beside her. This made him angry. He felt less love for Ayu because of the baby, and decided to go to a concert in Borneo without telling her while she was still asleep. But Ayu woke up and suddenly wanted to join Ditto at the concert because she couldn't stand being away from him for even 3 days. This was because of her pregnancy and hormonal changes. Meanwhile, Ditto tried to book a plane ticket for Ayu. The ticket was 10 times more expensive than usual, but he paid for it without telling Ayu. He was already annoyed with her, and this made him even more irritated. When they got to the hotel, Ayu felt tired and just wanted to sleep, not join Ditto at the concert. Ditto thought Ayu was too weak during her pregnancy and wanted her to come to his concert. Frustrated, he left her at the hotel, making her feel very sad. At that time, Ditto stayed angry during his performance. After the concert, Ditto calmed down and wondered why he was so mad at his wife. When he went back to the hotel room, he found Ayu crying and very scared that Ditto would leave her. There, he apologized and told Ayu he would always be there for her. He hugged her, and their relationship went back to normal. One day, Ayu felt very upset after meeting her two single friends. They talked about their holiday plans, and she worried because she hadn't traveled since getting married. She felt like her life wasn't as free as before, and her anxiety grew because she felt like she was missing out on the experiences and freedoms her friends enjoyed. Meanwhile, Ditto understood that Ayu needed a break, so he decided to plan a holiday to Bali to make her happy. They planned a special trip to enjoy the sea air and the beauty of the island. At that moment, Ayu and Ditto felt excited because they hadn't had a vacation focused on just them since getting married 9 months ago. However, during the trip, Ditto felt left out because Ayu was always focused on their baby. Feeling lonely, he invited his band friend who was also in Bali. However, Ayu didn't like this idea because she wanted quality time with Ditto alone. After an argument about freedom and spending time together, Ditto's friend arrived at night with a gift. Ayu got very angry, which was unusual for her. She felt uncomfortable and disturbed by Ditto's friend being there. There, Ayu told Ditto firmly that she only wanted to spend quality time with him during her pregnancy and that no one else should interrupt this special moment. The next day, while jogging alone, Ayu suddenly started bleeding. Ditto, who was still annoyed with Ayu, panicked and blamed her for the bleeding, thinking she exercised too hard. They were very relieved when the midwife said their baby was healthy and normal. They realized they needed each other and promised to support one another. Then, Ditto decided to stay with Ayu full-time and take care of her. One day, Ditto and Ayu were interviewed by a female presenter on TV. There, Ditto mentioned that they planned to stay in Bali until Ayu gave birth. Their parents in Jakarta were shocked and didn't agree with this decision because they wanted to be there to support Ayu. But they chose Bali because there were good, certified midwives there. When Ayu and Ditto saw a gynecologist, the doctor suggested a C-section, saying it had benefits like being able to choose the delivery date. This advice made them feel scared and confused. They left the appointment with many questions about the best way for Ayu to give birth. After this incident, Ditto finally shared his feelings with Ayu at home. He admitted that since Ayu got pregnant, he felt like he was less important to her. Ditto worried that once the baby was born, Ayu might forget about him even more. But there, Ayu gently reassured Ditto. She told him that her love for him would never change. Ditto was her first love and always would be important to her. She explained that the baby was a special gift for both of them and a different kind of love. This talk helped Ditto and Ayu understand each other better and confirm their commitment to facing the changes ahead. They knew having a baby would change their relationship, but their love and understanding would help them get through it. However, Ayu's happiness was cut short because Ditto had to go back to Jakarta for a concert. Reluctantly, she stayed in Bali alone, surrounded by the beautiful scenery. Her sadness grew when she learned from the doctor that her baby was in a breech position and she would need a C-section. Despite her sadness, Ayu managed to calm Ditto over the phone. He told her to talk to the baby, hoping for a natural birth. One night, Ayu felt strong contractions, and they thought the baby was coming soon. They went to the midwife, but from midnight until the next afternoon, her labor didn't progress as expected. The midwife suggested that Ditto take Ayu to the hospital because a natural birth could be dangerous for her. But they really wanted a natural birth. With fear and anxiety, Ditto kept asking the baby to come out naturally. After a lot of patience, Ayu finally gave birth naturally and safely. They named the baby Diase Kalabumi, which means Ditto and Ayu's love scene on this earth. The tiny baby was welcomed with joy by Ditto, Ayu, and their closest friends and family. The film ends. The moral lesson from this film is never underestimate the power of talking to your baby bump and always be ready for unexpected baby drama. Even if it means missing out on concerts and Bali vacations,